Beginning our broadcast today, as the Nebraska floodwaters continue to recede, it's becoming clear just how much devastation there is and how long this recovery effort will last. For many producers, cleaning up and getting back to normalcy is the first thing to come to mind. However, before cleanup begins, producers should first focus on documenting damages to their property and livestock before getting things cleaned up. FSA Public Affairs and Outreach Coordinator Bobbie Kriz-Wickham stopped by the show to explain why.
There's kind of four main programs that we've been wanting to make sure we get the word out about and making sure that producers are aware of. The first one is the Livestock Indemnity Program, and there are some timelines associated with that. LIP, Livestock Indemnity Program, or LIP, provides some financial assistance to producers who lost livestock as a result of an adverse weather event, and of course flood would be included in that. There is a 30-day notice of loss window for that program. So producers who maybe faced livestock losses as a result of the flood need to make sure that they're getting in our office or giving us a call within 30 days of when those losses become apparent, so that we can get that application started on their behalf. And then also associated with LIP is documentation. It's important for producers to have good documents for beginning inventory as well as the losses that they suffered as a result of the incident. Things like veterinarian certification, bank records, insurance records, dated photos and video, third-party certifications. All those types of things work as good documentation for notice of loss under LIP. We recognize in some cases that documentation of loss is difficult. Maybe those livestock got lost downstream and producers have no idea where they ended up. So the important point with that is to talk to your county office about what options might be available for documentation under those circumstances. The second program we've been talking a lot about is the Emergency Assistance for Livestock, Honeybees, and Farm-Raised Fish, or ELAP. The way it might be applicable for producers related to the floods, it covers some financial assistance for lost forage or feedstuffs. So for producers maybe who had hay bales that washed downstream, maybe hay bales that are still sitting in floodwaters and rotting and unusable, there could be some financial assistance available through ELAP. The third program that we've been doing some talking about is the Emergency Conservation Program, or ECP. That program provides some cost share assistance for producers in association with rehabilitating damaged fields, as well as some fence repair and replacement. That program was authorized in 45 Nebraska counties. Just this week we received notice of that. So they'll be able to begin taking applications in those counties that generally are on the eastern, northeastern, kind of north central region where the flooding's been the worst. The important thing for producers to keep in mind with that program is that if you want to come in and get some cost share to make some repairs to damaged fields or do fence repair and replacement, you need to come in and get your application going before you do any of those repairs. So we've got to get that application started before you start your efforts to do that rehabilitation and repair. And then the last program that also has a timeline we want folks to really be aware of is the emergency release for grazing of Conservation Reserve Program acres. That was announced earlier this week. The emergency release was statewide for producers and CRP contract holders who want to move some livestock onto those CRP acres. Come in and see us first before you start grazing those CRP acres. We need to fill out some paperwork on both the CRP contract holder side as well as the livestock owner. It's a window of time that ends on April 30th, so it's only approved for the month of April, and those livestock have to be off of that CRP by May 1. So we want producers to get in and talk to us right away so we can get applications going for that as well.
Are there any other specific programs available through FSA that you'd like to highlight?
We do have 2 farm loan programs that trigger with the Presidential Disaster Declaration in the 65 counties that were declared. That's the Disaster Set-Aside Program, and it allows existing FSA customers to set aside a payment to free up some funds to address their disaster situation. And then there's an emergency loan program also that could be a tool for producers. That common theme is to contact your county FSA office. You know, we care about our farmer and rancher customers, and we want to be able to help set those customers up to be able to access these programs successfully and to help them in these disaster situations. So give our office a call, stop in so that we can help you figure out what programs might work for you and what kind of assistance we can provide.